Welcome. Thank you for joining. Today's session in the Postures of Being series is the Child's Pose. Sanskrit, it's called Balasana. This pose is always the go-to pose, often known as pose to reset. It's often the pose in physical yoga, hatha yoga, when one has experienced pain, physical pain in their postures and their alignments. It's also a pose when someone's tired between postures. And as shared in yesterday's session, these postures are actually on an internal level very relevant to us. We just don't realize it. Somehow, sometime in the day, or even it's at the end of the day, trying to reset. So today's session will be a chance to experience that inside. And once again, these sessions are recorded. And so you are able to download the audio version on the Inner Peace, Inner Freedom channel. Usually, one seeks to reset, take a pause. When things feel overwhelming, when things have lost their sense of meaning, and that doesn't necessarily need to be on a huge scale. It could just be even feeling disconnected from what I'm doing in the day, feeling disconnected from my purpose. And I'll know when that happens. I will feel restless inside, impatient. I'm just wanting whatever current activity I'm doing to end. Completely not in the moment. However, I learn how to reset. It may not necessarily be in a quiet way like this, but I do want to learn how to detect that I need to reset. And why I need to reset. As I sit here in this space, and if my reason of being in this space is to reset, there is never any harm in resetting. I'm in this quiet space. Here for no one but me. And because I'm here for just me, there is no need for a show. And that means having to explain myself, having to go over again and again in my mind of how I could have done something better, or even what others are doing. I replay scenes inside my mind, find ways inside of how I could have done something better. Really, because I'm trying to resolve these scenes I have that have left an impression inside. And at this moment, it's not that I stop thinking. I may not even be able to stop myself from this reel of thoughts inside. As I sit here, let me just watch what's going on inside. And I don't want to force my thoughts from stopping in the way I'm so used to. I want to see patterns. What am I trying to resolve? Not at all about the scenes or the content, but underneath them. Something I'm trying to resolve. Most of the time, it's about this frustration of feeling affected, or that things did not happen based on expectations. And that's still actually in that category of being affected. Or trying to have a completion of some situation. That I want it to be complete, and so forth. To meet up to certain expectations, and so forth. The list of things that go on inside my mind. If I take the time to watch what's going on, I would be able to sense on a bigger picture why they seem to spin like a reel inside. In essence, we're always looking for a way, looking for a solution. For the thinking about whatever I'm dwelling on to be resolved. And just acknowledging that allows me to watch with a bit more understanding. More understanding of what's really going on. And at this moment, I'm still here in this quiet space for me, and acknowledging why my thoughts move in so many different directions. And this quiet space for me. And with that understanding, it allows the thinking to slow down. Especially when I can watch. Watching with that understanding. Knowing there's so much more to what I'm looking for, more than those circumstances. And most of all, knowing that so much of my thinking is so exhausting, and that list of those tasks in my day it never seems to end. And those expectations, they never seem to end. Whether others have of me or I have of others. It's quiet time for me. Or at this moment, I don't need to figure anything out. It's too tiring at times, expending so much energy. And yet right now I'm not trying to suppress my thinking, not trying to shut out the world, shut myself in. It's as if this quiet time is about being here for me. And here alone, I don't have these roles I need to tend to. I don't need to come up with any kind of dialogue inside in conversations with others. I don't have to keep up any sort of reputation and image right now. I don't have to be on for that image or for others. Giving this time, creating this breathing space. No need to prove anything to anyone. Even if it's just for this moment. That just this awareness, I'm here for me. Allows all of that thinking and processing to slow down. Allows me to let go, even if it's just for now. This is resting time for me. Just as the body needs rest, expending so much physical energy, the kind of rest I need is this pause. I exert so much energy. I invest so much in my intentions for everything around me. I could often lose that thread inside. That thread inside, which I'll be able to sense. I'll know when there is a sense of frustration, irritation, this reset, this quiet time inside, this quiet time right now. The thoughts have slowed down a bit more. I'm here for no one, nothing to prove. In this inner space, where I can just be. And yet I'm still very much alert and awake. I don't want to check out, zone out, because in this space where I'm so very much still awake and conscious, I learn to feel what it feels like just to be grounded, to feel stable, that I can still think, but there isn't all this noise inside my mind. This inner quietness, it's always been there. It's just so much noise that goes on inside. I can't feel it. Drowned out by the long list of things to do, the constant dialogue inside, the constant feeling I'm always going and going and going. This time is that time I get to reset. It isn't a thinking exercise. It's this inner position of experience. Do I trust this quiet time? Usually, ego does not allow me to. But the doing, the constant doing, whether physically or the doing in my mind, drains me if I don't take the time to reset. When I do, I will just feel lighter. Thinking slows down. I will feel I have more clarity when I make decisions. I'm less affected by what's going on around me. Being in this resting stage, just to be. If I take quiet time like this, I will discover the impact. I will feel it and see it in my day-to-day situations. There will definitely be resistance to take this quiet time. And so, can I think of a time in the day where there's less resistance? So that through time, the more I experience it, I will have more capacity to honor that, mainly because it feels useful to me. This quiet time to reset is such an essential thing I can do to honor myself. Just as a body requires this core strength, we use that core strength to lift things, to walk, to sit, to stand. We don't even realize it's always active. This core of who I am, me the being, to feel grounded, to feel more stable, to feel less influenced by things around me, to even be able to stay light, even when outcomes don't emerge the way I expect them to. This inner core, when I reset, it allows me to be able to be more for myself, more in life, in so many ways. Taking that time to reset. So I welcome you to stay for a few more minutes if you wish. And all these opportunities, it's actually for me and no one else. What matters more in life than we realize is the quality of my life. So taking that time to reset, I can start at the beginning of the day. I could even consider the end of the day. Perhaps to start at a time when I do feel the least resistance. And if I'm already practicing, continue, and you will continue to feel that there is a difference that will be experienced in my day-to-day activities. The consistency is really, really important. So, warm appreciation once again for joining us. And apologies again, this is a pre-recorded session, but it doesn't mean you can't still benefit. And hopefully I would still be free to, when we're having this session live, that I'm there as well, on site at the Chronic Pain Center. Just wanted to share with you our next sessions in August. So it's always the first Tuesday of the month, which is the early morning session, 7:15 to 7:40. And then our third Wednesday and third Thursday, and that's over the noon hour, 12:15 to 12:40. And we usually try to start those sessions at 7:10 on the first Tuesdays and 12:10 on the third Wednesday, Thursday. Give everyone a chance to join online, to settle in. And just wanted to inform you that as things pick up at work, if it turns out that we need to do pre-recorded sessions, since we still don't have a site for the staff to come, that may just happen, that we would have to just accommodate and pre-record the session. So we'll certainly keep everyone posted by email. So again, thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'll continue with our postures of being probably for just for the next month in August. And we'll let you know what those topics are coming close to. Thank you.